This is an article that came out in the Washington Post. And usually I don't do a lot on politics, but on this article, I will do it. 60% disapprove of Trump, while clear majorities back Mueller and Sessions. A lot of people agree with the investigation that's going on and the fact that Sessions did recuse himself. And it's something that Trump has been bitching about for well over a year. And a lot of people don't see what Jeff Sessions did as a problem like Trump does. But let's get into this article. Trump's disapproval rating has hit a high point of 60%, according to a new Washington Post ABC News poll that also finds that clear majorities of Americans support the special counsel's Russia investigation and say the president should not fire Attorney General Jeff Sessions. At the dawn of the fall campaign sprint to the midterm elections, which will determine whether Democrats retake control of Congress, the polls find a majority of the public has turned against Trump and is on guard against his efforts to influence the Justice Department and special counsel Robert S. Mueller III wide-ranging probe. Nearly half of Americans, 49%, say Congress should begin impeachment proceedings that could lead to Trump being removed from office, while 46% say Congress should not. No, don't move Trump nowhere. Let him stay. Let him stay. And a narrow majority, 53%, say they think Trump has tried to interfere with Mueller's investigation in a way that amounts to obstruction of justice. 35% say they do not think the president has tried to interfere. Yeah, right. He's been bitching all over Twitter. You can go by that alone and tell how much he's been interfering. Overall, 60% of Americans disapprove of Trump's job performance, with 36% approving, according to the poll. Because of random sampling variations, this represents only a marginal shift from the late post-ABC survey in April, which measured Trump's rating at 56% disapproval and 40% approval. The new poll was conducted August 26th through 29th. In the week after former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort was convicted of federal tax and bank fraud, and after former Trump attorney Michael Cohen pleaded guilty and implicated the president in illegal payments to silence women who allege sexual encounters with Trump. The 4-month gap between post-ABC polls makes it difficult to attribute the modest uptick in disapproval of Trump to specific events. Other public polls have shown Trump's disapproval rating in the low to mid 50s and have not tracked a rise since Manafort conviction and Cohen's guilty plea. Trump has tried to rally support for Republican candidates in the November 6 elections by pointing to his economic record. This week's poll finds that despite the president's unpopularity with voters, he gets better ratings when it comes to the economy. 45% of Americans approve and 47% disapprove of Trump's handling of the economy. Trump's overall popularity breakdown along lines of partisanship, ethnicity, and gender, according to the poll. While 78% of Republicans approve of his performance, 93% of Democrats and 59% of independents disapprove. More men support him than women, while 45% of whites back him, 19% of non whites approve. The polls find that there are clear limitations to Trump's efforts all summer to politicize and discredit the Russia investigation. The president has fired a near daily barrage of tweets labeling the probe a witch hunt and attacking the credibility of Mueller and several current and former Justice Department officials. And that's why many people feel that he's interfering. You know, if Trump didn't have anything to worry about, he would have just been silent on this and just let the investigation happen. He has been kicking and screaming and kicking up dirt since it started, even before it started. 63% of Americans support Mueller's investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 election, with 52% saying they support it strongly, 29% opposed the probe. Opinions on Mueller's work also break down in partisan lines, with 61% of Republicans opposing the probe, but an even larger 85% of Democrats express support. Among independents, however, a two-third majority of 67% back the investigation. Trump has complained that Manafort was treated unfairly by Mueller's prosecutors. And after a jury convicted Manafort earlier this month, the president tweeted that he felt very bad for him. Oh, really? But 67% of Americans think Mueller's case against Manafort was justified, while 17% say it was unjustified, according to the poll. Trump's praise of Manafort has stirred speculation that he might pardon his former campaign chairman, but the polls find that it would be a political landmine for the president. Two-thirds of Americans oppose Trump pardoning Manafort. 53% strongly oppose it, and 18% support a pardon. Trump has ratcheted up his public attacks on Sessions in recent weeks and has consulted his personal attorney and other advisors about firing the attorney general, whom he has viewed as insufficiently loyal after Sessions recused himself last year from overseeing the Russia investigation because of a conflict of interest. But the public is squarely behind Sessions. 64% of Americans do not think Trump should fire Sessions, with 19% saying he should and 17% saying they have no opinion. Nearly half of Republicans, 47%, say Trump should not fire the attorney general, with 31% saying he should. Just under a quarter of Americans, 23%, say they agree with Trump's criticism of Sessions for allowing the Mueller investigation to proceed, while 62% say they side with Sessions, who has said he is following the law. Well, see, Trump don't believe in the law. He thinks anything goes, especially when it comes down to him. The poll finds that 61% of Americans think that Trump committed a crime if he did direct Cohen to make the payments, while 31% say he didn't commit a crime. Democrats are hoping to retake control of one or both houses of Congress in November's election. If they do, party leaders will face pressure from their energized base to use the congressional oversight committees to investigate potential misconduct by the president and his administration, as well as perhaps beginning impeachment proceedings. I don't think Trump should be impeached. Let him stay. I mean, we haven't had this kind of entertainment in a long time. Let him stay. The survey finds a clear partisan divide on the issue. While 75% of Democrats say Congress should begin impeachment hearings, 82% of Republicans say lawmakers should not. Among independents, 49% support impeachment, while 46% oppose it. The post ABC poll was conducted among a random national sample of 1,003 adults reached on conventional and cell phones. The margin of sampling error for overall results is plus or minus 3.5 percentage points. You know what? Who gets these surveys? Because I know I never seen one. I mean, seriously, who gets these surveys? But, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. I think Trump should stay, because nobody is going to bring the drama in this country like him. And this man just do so many inappropriate things every day. It is almost like watching a comedy show. Let him stay. No impeachment. Let this man stay. In fact, let him get another term. America has already lost a lot of credibility in the world. And I was looking at reports yesterday how the French president and even other European countries already told the Western nations over in Europe, we cannot rely on the US anymore. We can't do it. The US cannot be leading on anything anymore. I tell you what, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe all of these things that are happening pretty fast too. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I will see you on the next video. Peace, family.